Hey guys, this is Veda Shankar. Today let's talk about how we can secure the connection using the REST client, which is introduced in the Spring Boot 3.2.0. So most of the applications, let's say if you are migrating from the Spring Boot 2 to Spring Boot 3, which has some of the features, and assume that I don't want to go with any kind of asynchronous programming. Still, we use the web client instead of the REST template because the REST template is going to be deprecated soon. So a lot of people are already using the web client, and web client again we get the response as a mono or flex object, and then we block the API and get the response. Whereas the REST client is similar to the web client, we no need to have any additional dependency. We just use the REST client object, and however we write using the web client, we write the similar code for the REST client as well in order to make the API call. We no need to worry about using the REST template, so we can use the REST client. So when we use the REST client, assume that in the real-time applications, we might need to have any SSL context, or we need to pass a TLS protocols. So definitely it will be complicated to understand because it is the new feature that is introduced, and we will not have a proper documentations in the Google. So I would recommend you to go through this video and let me know if you have any questions so that I can help you on that. So this is how I created two bins. One is the REST client, another one is the secure REST client. Whereas the secure REST client, I'm going to set some of the connection timeouts and his HTTP client object. So in order to set all these things, we need to have HTTP components client HTTP request factory, or there is one more thing called simple client HTTP request factory. And we need to pass the HTTP client object, and finally we need to set this factory to the REST client builder object. So in order to get this HTTP client, so assume that I want to pass the SSL context details and TrustManager, KeyManager, and then set all these things to the context object, and then we need to set this context to the SSL connection socket factory. And if you want to have any kind of the hostname verifier, you can create your own hostname verifier and write all this implementation. And if you want to have the TrustManager, since for me, I know I don't need any TrustManagers, I'm simply created the null TrustManager. I'm not writing any business logic to validate the trust certificate. So I'm just passing the null hostname verifier and the null TrustManager. And finally, we need to have proxy details. There might be some cases where you want to use the proxy details, so you can set this proxy. If you don't want, you can just comment it. If you just want, you can uncomment and pass the host for the proxy and port for the proxy. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be adding this GitHub link in the description. Please go through that and let me know if you have any questions, or post your questions in the comments so that I can make one more video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe and like and share.